by the Eastern Cape's Cooperative MEC, Zolile Williams. MEC, thank you so much for your time tonight. As things stand, how is the fire situation in the Eastern Cape right now?
Well, greetings to you, Malungelo, and to the viewers at home. Well, Malungelo, before I respond to your question, I must just indicate that I think to a large extent our province is really prone to various kinds of disasters. As you may remember, we're just coming out of a difficult flooding situation in the area of Mthatha.
Yes.
And we have received various red levels since the 30th of December, indicating that due to the dryness of the areas around Humansdorp, Kouka, Makouga, Sundays River Valley, we may experience veldfires. And in the area of Nelson Mandela, Makana, Buffalo City, we had fires there. But because every December our teams are prepared to respond to both rainfall, high rainfall situations and fires, so our teams were actually ready to respond to such fires. I must also indicate that the teams of Kouga, Koukama, Sarapartman District, and Sundays River municipalities, I really must thank those teams, and firefighting communities in terms of the fire protection services, the farmers around the area, and they've really assisted in quelling the fire. Now, what is currently happening is that there's still a lot of smoke.
Okay.
So we would want to advise drivers to drive carefully, especially on the N2. We've previously, in the past few days, seen vehicle collision pile-ups.
Okay.
And we would want to really manage that. And the situation for now is under control. But because of windy situation, the fires flare up in the middle of the night. So our teams remain on guard to ensure that the communities are protected. But really, I must thank the team as led by Mayor Borman that they worked so well there. We have also triggered the South African National Defence Force to give us aerial support around Nelson Mandela and Kouga area, so that when our capacity is constrained, we would be able to use the National Defence Force. And the director of the NDMC just indicated to me that they are in the final stages of bringing us that particular support.
Okay, so there is a plan in place, and it seems as if you are already implementing that plan. MEC, you speak about a number of areas in the Eastern Cape that are prone to these fires. What is your understanding of what could have caused some of these fires? Because one of the reports that we're hearing is that this could be the work of arsonists.
Yes, it's a combination of activities. Indeed, when we analyzed this one, we found that there was cable theft, and the arsonists, when they were busy with stealing those cables, they had to use fire in order to burn those cables.
Yeah.
And this has led to that situation. But also adding to that, the area is very dry, hot summer situation, and it leads to fires that are uncontrolled. And we have also received currently an alert for Joe Gabi, Krisani district, and Alfred Nzo districts. And if you would remember, Malungelo, in the past year and a half, we've had serious devastating fires that annihilated livestock of our rural communities. But with that experience in mind, We have really worked with those communities to try and ensure that we make fire bans so that fire doesn't cross over to their properties, to livestock, and with the minimal damages that have happened in Nelson Mandela, Kouga, it is the work of our teams there advising farmers, working with farmers and fire protection services to ensure that there's protection of the grazing felt, because if you look at that, the cost would be more on the livestock feed that has bent down. And we've got experience also in the Francis Bay area. If you would remember that we experienced the destruction of all those beautiful houses in that area of Francis Bay. And so our teams are quite jacked up in terms of responding in that area. That's why we've put the fire under control.
MEC, I was going to ask you about the extent of the damage, on whether have you been able at least to quantify it in terms of the monetary value?
We have not yet quantified it. We're still assessing. And the communities that were affected in Smithtown, about 43 people were displaced, but on the second day after their displacement on the 6th, on the 7th, they were returned to their various homes. So we're still assessing the damage caused, but as I'm saying, it would be more linked to grazing land because there's only 3 properties, formal housing structures that were destroyed by fire, and 2 wooden structures. Furthermore, the fire has been well managed by our teams on the ground.
All right, MEC, thank you so much for your time. That's the MEC of Cooperative in the Eastern Cape, Zolile Williams.